One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the SEC, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Will put total leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense working from the pistol. The give. Hard running there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play.
It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Running back searching for a hole. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Grabbed over the middle, it's Sategna. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on fourth down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Burks. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. Bringing a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him. So a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they will match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
Wants to go up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
The play action fake. The sure hands, it's up. Quick step and go. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in their step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double-team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. He's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. From the gun, running back gets to give. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Mark. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's top recruit in Bryce Underwood, and the key is to develop him.
Yes, because he is the future for Michigan. There is no question about it. And you just saw just 2 seasons ago, when you've got a quarterback who's dynamic, who's highly recruited and developed, a guy like J.J. McCarthy, the sky's the limit for Michigan. You can win national championships. That's the hope for the Wolverines moving forward.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, you you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up here.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matter with these...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down after 44. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Power football with the run. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion. So third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Here comes the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Here's a return from midfield. And there he goes. No, he got loose. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Handoff to the lone back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
With the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Trying play action. Under fire. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the tight end. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
On 3rd down, going up top. Throws to the back. That's reeled in. It's up. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down, because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
We reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. 2nd down, he'll throw it. With the catch, it's Klein. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. And after the interception return, he gets it down to the 32-yard line. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around, and there was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
Nice move there. Bulldozes his way through. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown,
position. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, Phyllis, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And now on second down for this offense. To the air. It's Underwood. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Throws to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, in college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. The offense changing the play. Starts the drive trying to go up top. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. He's going up top. Got it in stride at the 15. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
Now, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Just enough time for one play in this half. Leaves it with the running back. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Sooners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Got his man quickly. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball.
There he goes! And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Unloads it left. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And on the opening drive of the second half, he made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well. And they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
They'll start this drive from the 42. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Get it out on the screen. Turning on the Jets. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Plows through the defense.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Might be changing the route. To the air on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that, you know, if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one on a tackle, they can go get him at the defensive end spot. We can mention names, and Hutchinson recently, one of the higher picks in the NFL draft, but always guys that play the same way.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Motion from the wideout. They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the offense is really backed up as this ball is down at the 5.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the Gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
They are backed up, defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Here's the pressure. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. It's caught downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. QB draw. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game. Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills. And
he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better.
Wide open space. Got some room in into the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by just 2 over Alabama. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the tailback. Slithers into space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Gets it out quickly. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch.
Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got some room, it was over.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And I really like the job by this offense because, listen, you've got the lead. Be smart with the football. You drop back, it's a scramble. The quarterback pulls it down, makes the play. Nice job. This is how you play with the lead. Take what the defense gives you and don't make mistakes.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Robinson. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
The give to the single back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's at hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
The Sooners will keep this drive going.
And with the lead in the fourth quarter, this offense has to run the ball. It's not just going to be the tailback. That time they give it to the fullback. Don't be surprised if you see the quarterback, maybe even receivers running it here in the fourth quarter.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Tries to do it himself on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Oh, he's got some. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Sooner. And they add 6 more to the ball with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this